Aloe vera, yeah. Hello. I have questions for you. These are questions that I would love that if you would answer them in the comment section, but you don't have to do that. I realize that not everybody wants to talk about themselves. Anyway, these are questions for you. You could write them down. I could post them in the description. I think I'll do that. And you could ask them to a stranger, or you could ask them to your mom, or your dad, or your friends, or your brothers, or yourself. They're really questions for you. I want to make you feel good with these questions. I want to change your thinking. I want to make your day better by getting you focused on things that are fun to think about. I think these things are fun to think about, and they could get you. I'll just start with the questions, and I'm going to answer them as I go along for myself. So this is a sort of Q&A that I'm giving myself that nobody asked for, but still I'm going to do it. So here we go. These are questions. Scoot a little closer. Okay, so question number 1 is, what kind of music do you like? I love sitting here. I personally like folk music, rock music, but I really, really like live music. I have a Foster the People CD in my car. It's the first one, Torches, and I've been playing it on repeat because I think it's a great album. And what's your favorite CD? What's your favorite song? Who's your favorite artist? Number 2 is, what is your favorite fruit? For me, I really like corn. Just kidding. Oranges are pretty good. Apples are pretty good. Bananas. I'm not always a fan of the banana. The banana sometimes takes a little work to go down, but bananas are quick. They're a quick fruit. I also like stuff like limes. But what's your favorite fruit? Are you like a kumquat person, or like coconuts? Are you out of the box a little bit? Do you only eat fruit? What's your relationship with fruit like? Do you like fruit? Do you not like fruit? Can you just not stand fruit and you avoid it? Anyway, are you introverted or extroverted? I think that I'm introverted. That's the MBTI. That's what they say. And I'm watching a YouTube video Julian himself does, and he's talking about his social skills and how he was an introvert. And sometimes I think introverts get so uncomfortable that they force themselves to say something to people. Like, it's uncomfortable for them, but it may not be uncomfortable for everybody else, because they may view the introvert as, like, if I was super social with somebody, they may be like, oh, you're an extrovert. I'm like, I'm definitely not an extrovert. So are you an introvert or an extrovert? Do you like putting yourself out there a lot, sharing your thoughts with other people? Or do you like to stay at home? I personally love staying here in my apartment and watching YouTube videos. And yeah, I'm a very introverted person. But what about you? What about if you have a dog, do you think your dog would be introverted or extroverted? Something to think about there. What is the best thing that happened to you today? Like, if it's the beginning of the day, you could ask about yesterday. And remember, you can ask these to other people. I'm asking you if you can answer. What's the best thing that happened to you today? I went and saw live music today for like 45 minutes, and I got out of the apartment, and I had a good time. Number 5, what's your favorite board game? You don't have to have a favorite, but maybe what's the last one you can remember playing? What's the one you play a lot? For me, my dad and I play a lot of cribbage. It's a card game more than a board game, but cribbage is fun. Monopoly is also great. I think, Monopoly is fun because it's a long game, but it's all about the money. Money's kind of fun. Anyway, what's your favorite book? That's number 6. I just finished reading a book it's called The Life After Death. It's somewhere up there. Here, I'll show you. See, there's some books. Some books right there. It's up there. That book, The Life After Death, was written in 1909, and it was given to me by my great grandma. Well, after she passed away, I got those books, and they're older than she was, and it's just interesting. They're still in great shape. So I don't know if that's my favorite, but that's one I read recently. What about you? What's your favorite kind of book? Are you like a fiction reader? Do you like Tony Robbins, or do you like Roald Dahl? That was my favorite author when I was a kid. Roald Dahl, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, or do you like reading the newspaper? Do you like reading YouTube comments? What's your favorite thing to read? Number 7. How much thought do you put into getting dressed? Some people are they know how to artistic, I'll say, and they put together clothing really well. For me, I just I usually just grab the first thing I can see. But even how you pick your clothes out, like if I had it my way, I would probably just get rid of all the things that anybody else has ever given me, and slowly buy stuff, the $80 flannel shirt that's at the mall, one piece at a time, and I just feel like if you put your personality into your wardrobe, it's more meaningful for everybody. The people that come up to you and see your clothing, and they'll compliment you. So what's your relationship like with clothing, or getting dressed? Maybe a little personal. I'm just asking about clothes though, Here's number 8. If you could make YouTube videos, would you? You're watching one right now, and if I'm assuming here, but you probably watch more than one a day, at least. I watch a lot of them, and I make very few of them. But if you could make a YouTube video, what would it be? And maybe you can, say, check it out, check my channel out in the comments or whatever, just so you can get some views or whatever, so I can watch it. And what's a YouTube video that you would make? This is mine, and they're pretty random when I make them. It's just like I love music's kind of my way of putting stuff out there, but um, talking about I have videos talking about an amusement park that nobody's watched, but it's still a joy to make them, and you never know. That video in a year could have 1 million views. Look at this pencil. Look at it. Number 9. What does the word crazy mean to you? When I use the word crazy, I usually mean like ridiculous or kind of awesome. Wow, that's awesome. Or like, when somebody does something remarkable, like, or like if somebody's telling me a story about pushing their limits, or their boundaries, or just reaching a new height within themselves, getting out of their comfort zone, I say, wow, that's crazy. But it's not like to judge them. And maybe I could use a better word, because crazy has negative connotations a lot of the time, like, guy's crazy. But the way I use crazy is not judgmental. It's more like, wow, that's really impressive. That's one thing I could do, is study adjectives, use alternative adjectives to crazy. There's more accurate ways to describe something. Like, that guitar is super red, but it's also very beautiful. But it's also, here, I'll show you the guitar so you don't. Oh, jeez. There's the red guitar. It's also beautiful, and it also sounds great. It's amazing. It's beautiful. Anyway. Number 10. Do you play music? Do you make music? I think that there is... Honestly, this might sound crazy, right? But there might be more musicians out there than non-musicians. And I don't think that's going to sound crazy to a lot of people, because I feel like music is a very important part in a lot of people's lives, and nobody just listens. And a lot of people think they can't sing, but they sing. They do sing, and they enjoy singing, or they whistle, or they hum, or they dance. Dancing is something you do, or they play the guitar. I think there's a lot of guitar players out there. There's probably more than I give them credit for, because it doesn't take, like, if I tell somebody that I play the guitar, somebody else, it gives the other person the opportunity to speak up and tell me that they play the guitar. But there's a lot of shy guitar players out there, because people feel like their music isn't very good, but it probably is. I have been to like probably 1,000 open mic nights, and I think that everybody that gets on the stage, and even if it's a stand-up comedian or a musician, there's just something positive to say about everybody. You could also say something negative about probably everybody, but I think that the music is so different, depending on each person. One person makes a totally different song than another person, and it's based on everything that they feed their minds. Like, if somebody writes, let's say 2 paragraphs a day, or they journal every day, their words are probably going to be better. If somebody plays the guitar every day, their guitar playing is probably going to be a little bit, more of the focus. If they sing, if they practice singing every day, they're singing. If they are a professional PowerPoint put together, then they're probably going to organize the music in a certain way. It's just, that's how I have noticed. It's an expression, everything I've heard a quote a few times. How you do one thing is how you do everything, right? So it comes through in your music, what you do. Anyway, this is a long question, but I'm interested to know if you have music. You have to comment. Those are kind of the rules, because I don't know that you're watching if you don't comment. You specifically. I'm talking to whoever you are. If you comment, then I can check out your YouTube channel. If you don't have a song on your YouTube channel, or you don't make music or whatever, I can still check it out if you leave a comment. And yeah, there's no reason for me not to click on your channel if you're commenting on my video. And lastly, I hope that I have edited a song or 2 or 3 into this video. So my last question is, do you like what you hear? Because that's a truck. Do you like what you hear? Because it's on Bandcamp. I'll link it in the description. And I'm not trying to sell you something. I'm just trying to, if you like the song, you can listen to the song on Bandcamp. You don't have to pay to listen to the song. You don't have to pay to listen to the song. Just, I really enjoy feedback and the idea that somebody is listening to the music. So this has been 17 and a half minutes. I thought that this was going to be like 9 minutes, and I thought I was going to be all shy, but you know what these questions did? They got me talking. And I was asking you questions. Imagine what you could do if you ask these questions to somebody else. It's just open up a whole can of worms. Anyway. Yeah. So, yeah, I love you, and, stay strong if you need to stay strong and keep going. There's reasons to hold on, I always think that, if things are tough, I'm sorry. Hold on, because you never know what tomorrow could bring. Because there is an infinite number of possibilities as to how you can feel tomorrow, as to what can happen tomorrow, as to the things that can happen to you tomorrow. So if things are tough right now, I'm not saying they are, maybe they're not, and you can totally skip this part of the video, but if they are, just know that you have no idea what the future holds, and nobody else really does. So there's no reason to not be hopeful. Anyway, my name's Cole. Goodbye.